Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. On today's episode we dive into a gripping whodunit. Could the murderer actually be Edward the vampire? Join Detective Hermes and let's unravel the truth together. Today, we're breaking down this film through its composition, lighting, camera language, and narrative design, examining how each shot drives the story forward and shapes the emotion of the scene. The film opens with a man dressed in black walking directly toward the camera. By using a subjective shot aligned with the protagonist's point of view, the audience is immediately pulled into the world of the story. The shot is framed as a medium close-up with a slightly low angle, allowing the character to dominate the frame and enhancing his air of mystery. The combination of the classic wooden walls and the warm, dim lighting creates a vintage atmosphere, one that feels both nostalgic and quietly tense. The second shot cuts to the study room, where two characters stand among piles of documents as they speak. The composition remains steady, and the darker lighting separates the background from the characters, creating a clear sense of spatial depth. Through their brief exchange, the audience learns that there is a restricted area connected to the case. Something happened there. This moment marks the true beginning of the tension. This scene uses a visual parallel between the painting and the real character. In the portrait, the woman appears graceful, composed, and almost regal. But in the following shot, we see the same woman covering her face, crying, exhausted, fragile, and utterly broken. It's a clear moment of emotional rupture, adding depth to her psychological state. The stark contrast between the elegant figure in the painting and her current despair heightens the mystery. Who is the woman in the portrait? And what is her connection to this case? Next, we move into the core of the narrative, the examination of the body. The use of diagonal composition heightens the tension while giving the scene a clinical, professional tone. On-screen text provides key information, guiding the audience through each critical detail. Meanwhile, the slowly rising background music pulls us deeper into the detective's mindset, inviting us to observe the scene as he does, search for clues, and begin piecing together the mystery. In this moment, the detective and the chief question the lady of the house. A downward, slightly high-angle shot creates a sense of scrutiny, placing the audience in the position of an observer evaluating her every reaction. The two parties face each other directly, visually reinforcing the idea of opposing sides, an implicit standoff between accusation and defense. The interrogation then shifts to Edward. Edward, positioned between the detective and the chief, is visually trapped, intensifying the pressure of the interrogation and reinforcing his role as the prime suspect. We arrive at the final confrontation between the detective and the real culprit. At this moment, the detective reveals the truth: the lady of the house is the murderer. She suddenly erupts in an emotional outburst, screaming about the secret of immortality.
Immortality is sacred. Their lives extend my beauty. It is their honor.
The camera shifts to a slight low-angle shot, with candlelight illuminating her face from below. This visual choice gives her an almost religious, or even uncanny, presence, amplifying the gothic, theatrical intensity of the moment. It stands as one of the emotional peaks of the entire film. The detective then lays out the clues with absolute clarity: the coagulated blood and the foreign substance that had been injected. The composition here is steady, with the character placed firmly at the center of the frame, a visual signal that this is an important explanation segment, the classic revelation shot in a mystery narrative. The camera continues the visual style of the previous scene, emphasizing the symptoms of suffocation and internal bleeding. This moment is a crucial addition to the chain of reasoning, ensuring that the audience fully understands the logic behind the case. Meanwhile, the background music grows faster and more intense, building the momentum toward the final resolution.
I've been wondering how long your body could last. Apparently, now is the moment of your own undoing.
The final shot presents a striking contrast between back and front. The culprit stands with her back to the camera, while the detective faces forward. As the chime abruptly stops, the lady collapses and dies. The myth of immortality shatters instantly, bringing the story to its quiet end. This closing moment leaves the audience with a lingering sense of reflection, an echo of unanswered questions and the weight of everything revealed.